Hey there, welcome back to my studio where I'm going to be talking about and drawing the newest internet sensation, Moo Deng. Moo Deng means bouncy pig, and she is a pygmy hippo from a zoo in Thailand. I'm going to be talking about maybe some pygmy hippo facts and about Moo Deng herself. So Moo Deng, as you know, is a pygmy hippo. Pygmy hippos are from West Africa and they are very endangered. There are only about 2,000 to 2,500 left in the wild. They are nocturnal and kind of independent. They don't really like to hang out with each other. So they will do like a display at each other. If they run into each other, they show their mouths and kind of show their teeth inside their mouth as like, hey, my teeth are big and your teeth are big. Maybe we don't fight, or maybe we do fight. I don't know. Anyway, it's a threat display, which you can see Moo Deng practicing in her exhibit where she'll kind of just gape or yawn her mouth open. That's her practicing that. The same way she practices eating fake leaves like her mom, or, you know. The whole point of being a baby is just mimicking and practicing being an adult. I'll say pygmy hippo is not just a baby big hippo. A pygmy hippo is actually a tiny version of a hippo. So even when it's an adult, it is tiny. So not a baby big hippo, baby small hippo. So a lot of people wonder why Moo Deng is so shiny. It's because she creates something called hipposudoric acid. It is kind of like a slime they excrete that is like a sunblock. They call it like blood sweat or something. It's not actually blood or sweat. It's like an oily substance that kind of gives them a pinkish hue. And that's how they keep the sun off their skin. So a pygmy hippo can also live into their 50s, and they don't really eat aquatic plants. They come out of the water to eat stuff like fruits and vegetation and stuff on the ground. So that's some pygmy hippo facts. I thought I'd just draw Moo Deng doing her funny little mouth open, screaming faces. I think she's so popular just because she has like a super feisty personality. It's very possible that they all act like this, and it's just good marketing and social media presence for this hippo in particular. But I really enjoyed whenever she gets sprayed with the water and she just looks like she's absolutely devastated by the act. So just drawing some poses like that, and her dramatic face and her getting picked up is always a classic. So I thought I'd just cut off the arms, put some rainbows in between as a way to just show that. So we've got some violence, we've got some shininess, and I've decided to put some plants that grow in West Africa. This is I think it's called a African arrowroot flower. So I thought I'd do that as like some decorum to pay homage to her homeland in Africa. With that being said, when I was researching Moo Deng, I had to research the zoo because while I'm not inherently anti-zoo, I am very critical of zoos, and I want to make sure that the zoo is actually being beneficial to animals and species, because I'm a fan of, you know, the education aspects, the conservation aspects. I think they're a good reservoir for genetics if they're done correctly, especially for like endangered species like Moo Deng. So I wasn't super impressed, honestly, with the zoo. A lot of their focus seems to be purely on tourism. Their website says it's about education and conservation, but I don't see much real education or conservation. It feels like it's just more cute pictures, which is fine. I mean, the enclosures seem fine. There's a lot, it's a huge zoo. There's tons of space. The enclosures seem clean. They seem taken care of. So as far as animal care goes, it's fine. There's a couple videos that were not my favorite of a lion cub and a bear cub playing together. I don't think that's appropriate. There's also some photos and videos of white baby animals, which I don't know the backstory on those. I don't know if they got those animals and they were already pregnant, but I don't think any zoo should be intentionally breeding genetically not valuable animals. Like a white-haired animal, like a white lion, has no benefit in the wild. A white wallaby has no benefit in the wild. There were, I think, 2 other species that they had baby animals of. There was like those deer with the scent glands in their head, and they also had white tigers, which again, I didn't see baby white tigers, but there are adult white tigers, so who knows where those came from. Which isn't inherently bad to just have those, but I don't think there should be any breeding of those, in my opinion, as far as conservation goes. But other than that, I mean, it seems like a fine regular zoo, nothing crazy. It did kind of surprised me that I didn't really learn that pygmy hippos were this endangered until after I researched pygmy hippos. I feel like with Moo Deng's popularity in a zoo, it would be the perfect opportunity to maybe discuss their peril in the wild. But, you know, people can only do so much, and nobody's perfect, and no zoo is perfect, so I will give them the benefit of the doubt that we now know about Moo Deng. They made them super popular. Now we all know what a pygmy hippo is, and I think we can go forth with this information and know that we can do things to help them. So in my description, I posted a link to ZSL. They have, it seems like a very well-backed accreditation, and they do a lot of conservation work. And they specifically do conservation work for pygmy hippos. So if you want to check that out, that is in my description. Whenever you see a popular animal online, it is always good to do a little research. I know I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. We all love the cute little animals. Keep in mind, zoos can be very beneficial, and they can be a source of joy for a lot of people, a place to connect with nature. They can have incredible breeding programs. The St. Louis Zoo not too long ago, or even currently, I haven't been back in a while, had a whole herd of bongos they were breeding, which is also another extremely rare animal that I got to see, and they were able to be released into a wildlife preserve once they were at a max capacity of numbers, and then they restart that. So there are benefits. I hope Moo Deng lives a long and beautiful life of her 50 plus years, hopefully. She'll probably have her own little baby pygmy hippos that hopefully benefit the species. And yeah, so if you want to help baby pygmy hippos, check out the description link, and I hope you enjoy seeing more Moo Deng content. And yeah, bye.